it's supposed to feel.
What's good, everybody, and welcome back to the channel for another episode of our Madden 23 expansion draft-only franchise here with the Brooklyn Bulls. We are ready to finish off the regular season here in Season 3. Really a breakout year for the team as we are in contention here for the 1 seed. We do not have it as we sit here to start this episode, as the Raiders own the tiebreaker over us. So in order to get the 1 seed and the first round bye, we would likely have to have a 2-0 episode, and the Raiders would have to lose one of their final 2 games. Of course, they are coming off a 1-game losing streak, whereas we are riding a 5-game win streak as we start this episode. We have 2 teams from the NFC North to end off our season, and I'm inclined to play Week 18 more, as it gives us an opportunity to play at home, and that's basically it. That's the tiebreaker for me. There's not really any real reason to play either of these games. This final positional deep dive, it isn't going to be a very big one. I literally have 1 linebacker on my board, and that's Steve Turner here, 21 years old, pass coverage guy, A-zone coverage with elite speed. I have been burned by, non-middle linebacker, off-ball linebackers before. I think this guy could be different just because I think I've been burned by right outside linebackers in the past, and he's a left outside linebacker. Still don't know if I'm necessarily going to take him, as we play a 3-4 and we only need 2 off-ball linebackers, and I really like the duo that we have. Kurt Banks, who's already a stud, and Jelani Graves, who I have a lot of faith in to develop into a stud. Maybe he hasn't been that for us this year, but so save that one for last. Definitely not a case of save the best for last, but that's our big board for the year. If you want to see the entirety of the big board, see all the prospects that we are considering in this upcoming class, it's not a ton this year. I got to admit, I didn't love a ton of the players in this class. But if you want to see all of them, the link to the Google Sheet that has the entirety of our big board is in the description of this video, as it is in every video for this series. So let's hop into this game. This weekly strategy. We're not going to hop into the game, of course. I'm talking about the Minnesota Vikings. It looks like they're top 10 in passing, so they're a little bit more of a passing team. I think over the middle, where you can get Justin Jefferson winning all the time, is kind of where I want to see us focus. They can also run on this team quite a bit, so we are going to try to do that this week. Rashad Grimes will be out. That is not a player that I like to be missing games. I'm honestly surprised he hasn't missed more time, though, just with how bad his injury rating is. Let's hop in, see if we can start this 2-0 episode with a win against Minnesota. Pretty good team. Certainly not going to be an easy win by any means, but certainly going to try for it for sure. There we go. Audio's working. Let's get into the simulation of this game. We do get on the board first. Take an early 7-0 lead, extend it to 14-3. It looks like the boys are putting in some work. Though Minnesota comes back and ties it in the fourth quarter, we retake the lead. Minnesota ties it up, but oh my goodness, what a fourth quarter. We end up winning in overtime. Minnesota with a spirited comeback effort. There were 2 different times in which I thought we had won this game. Ended up needing an overtime victory to pull it out, but we will get the first half of our 2-0 episode done. Simulation did its part. Now it's time for me to hop on the sticks and do mine. Let's take a look at what happened here. Quincy Miles, goodness. 30 of 40 for 488 yards, 5 touchdowns. Simulation beast. Tony Wilcox, of course, led the backfield. Haven't seen much of him, really only when Grimes is injured. Johnny Lovelock, incredible simulation game. I'm surprised Dan Steinbach here didn't have, 20 catches. 7 for 114 and 2 touchdowns for Burgess as well is awesome. We did allow 3 sacks. In terms of getting sacks ourselves, Rakeem McKinney had 1, Kurt Banks and Jelani Graves shared another. We had a missed field goal in there, so could have avoided overtime altogether. We got Matias. I feel like he's been missing a decent bit here in simulation. Could just be that, Madden likes to have kickers attempt kicks that they have really no shot of making. Let's get some upgrades here. Quincy Miles, yeah, he needs an upgrade. He just had in the game of his life, holy. 2 deep, 1 short, 1 under pressure. You'll love to see it. Throw accuracy deep is now into the 80s, and throw under pressure is at 85. Let's go. John Atkinson. Just want him to be a better corner in general, really, but we'll do zone here. Gets that up to 77. Cole Byers. Run stopper. That's his role. He's our nose tackle. Sack production is never really what we're going to expect out of him. We're much more worried about keeping track of his ability to make plays in the run game. Ball carrier vision always goes up incredibly high on playmaker for receivers. I feel like it's always going up at least 3. Kind of crazy, but Sidney Watkins here. I think we can put another speed rusher on him. It's an acceleration and a finessement. And let's get into week 18. Gonna see how the Raiders did last week. Raiders also won, so they remain atop the AFC. But if we win this week, and if the Raiders lose, we will get the first round bye. Let's see if it happens. Of course, we also have Green Bay's first round pick this upcoming year, and they are now 6-10. Wow, that is a nice bit of upgrades after a week of play. Trevor Hall will get a power upgrade, 4 run block and 2 run block power. That's nice. That's what he needs. Miles already with another upgrade. The pace at which this man is getting upgrades right now is kind of nuts. I'd like to get throw on the run, but I will take throw under pressure. He's in a nice spot now. Deep greens for both throw under pressure and deep accuracy. Deep accuracy base isn't in the greens yet, but playing up to it in the deep greens. It's in the regular greens. Dan Steinbach, simulation god. Couple release, a couple medium routes, almost as high as a short route. Ray Coleman. he gets another upgrade as well. He's upgrading at a smoldering pace. Okay, it didn't go up 3 that time. It only went up 2. But you get my point. Ball carrier vision is like automatic upgrade on playmaker for receivers. I feel like the most overpowered way, I don't know if I've already said this on the channel, to upgrade a running back is every time he gets an upgrade, put him at receiver and then give him a playmaker upgrade. Because not only is it a sick running back upgrade most of the time, you also will get better as a receiver. So you can get better as a receiver as a back without just dumping it all into a receiving back where you only get receiving upgrades and hardly ever any like running upgrades, you know? So I don't know. If you want to kind of game the system and get like, I don't know what it would actually be, but I think it would be like, especially if you're looking at a elusive back, I think upgrading playmaker would result in some pretty crazy upgrades for your running back. Weekly awards, I mean, you already know it's gonna be Quincy Miles after that 5 touchdown performance, well over 400 yards as well. Let's get into how we're gonna stop the Packers. Of course, no longer employing Aaron Rodgers as their quarterback. Have a hidden and dev rookie running back. Why has he not revealed his dev trait yet? They pass a lot. I think defending the short pass is a good way to disrupt this team. I want help running the ball inside. And yeah, I think this is a good set of people to be our focus players. Let's take a look at injuries for this week. This time defense comes first, and Deron Foot will be out this game. Fullback Hopkins, Ray Coleman also out this game. 3 injuries in practice. Also, I wonder, sometimes practice injuries are 2-week injuries, so I want to see if we're out. I wanted to see if Grimes would also be out this week. He is not. So without Coleman for this episode, he's a big part of our offense, so that will play an impact. It will bring Nathan Holloman a lot onto the field. He has obviously spent a lot of time on the field for us already, so it's not the biggest deal, but still a big one, I would say. Justice Bowman gets up to 82 overall. Nathan Holloman will give an upgrade here as well. Short route, couple catch in traffic. And now, let's hop into this Packers game. Playing in front of our Brooklyn fans for the chance for the 1 seed, gunning for it. First round bye is so just lovely when you're trying to make a Super Bowl push, which obviously we're going to do. If we can win the Super Bowl in year 3 of a franchise like this, that would be pretty nutty. Do I think we're a Super Bowl caliber team? I don't know if we're quite there yet. I honestly think we'll be there by next year, though. The thing with a franchise like this that you gotta think about is for the first like 4 years at least, probably even like 5, your entire team is in like the very young stage of their career where they're developing rapidly. You're talking like at the very least, if they're not very productive, they're getting 3 upgrades a week. A year. 3 upgrades a week would be actually insane. Everybody would be 99 overall by their second year. But why does everybody have white arms? But so you're talking about like a team from the beginning of the year to the end of the year is a totally different team. We saw in year 3 of our Express, in year 4 of our Express. We're seeing it here in year 3 with the Bulls, where the talent we have now compared to how we started out the year just seems so different. Before we start this game, let's take a look at the roster. We helped the Packers acquire Jared Polite, of course. The reason that we have their first and second round picks next year is because we traded back, allowing them to select Jared Polite, Cole Parker. So they got a rookie backfield, rookie quarterback, and running back. Receiving core, Dobbs and Watson both looking pretty good. Darius Slayton provides some speed. Not that they really needed it. He's one slower than Christian Watson even. Bob Harris, another young player. So their skill position, core is really young. Offensive line honestly looks really good as well. Their offense kind of looks a little stacked, honestly. I'm surprised they're 6-10. Defensively, maybe you see where they're slowing down a little bit. Obviously, Rashawn Gary and Kenny Clark, that combination is lethal. Their linebacker duo also pretty dang good. Glomap, obviously not what he once was. I like Andrew Booth, but not like he's not some great player at this point in his career. Jerry Alexander's still incredible. And a decent but not great safety group. Bulls start from the 25 with a give to Grimes, and he's got space down to the 39-yard line. Spins off one tackle, picks up the quick conversion from the 39. Over the middle to Deacon Burgess downfield. We are past midfield quickly. Rashawn Gary injured on that last play. Second down from the Green Bay 40. Trying to fit it to Lovelock. Just past the reach of Campbell, and we're able to do it. Third and just inches here. We're going to run it with Lovelock. Easily gets the first down. A couple of incompletions has set up 3rd down and 10. Can we get the conversion here? Plenty of time for Miles, and he finds Steinbach, who gets it to the 6-yard line. Offense stays on the field. Under center from the 6. The give to Grimes, and he is untouched into the end zone. Brooklyn will score first here in front of the hometown crowd. 7-0 Bulls early. Second down for Green Bay. And that's a quick out to Dobbs. He has first down yardage. Rakeem McKinney is injured on the play. Something you never want to see. Second and 10. That's plenty of time for Polite to hit the tight end Harris. Bob Harris, who's the change for Green Bay. Big package for Green Bay on 3rd and short. Man in motion. Going to be aggressive here. Gets run. If it's not, oh well. It is run, and we get the stop. Jelani Graves was there first. Gets tripped up when he's trying to celebrate, but nice run fit there. 3rd down. Green Bay has vacated the middle of the field, but we're just still going to throw it. Deacon Burgess aggressively attacks the football, and he's able to make the catch downfield. 2nd and 8 from the 28. Vacate the middle of the field, so we'll hit Russell Lovelock. Can't leave that much space in the middle of the field. We're going to find it. Into the red zone again. At the 14. That's Holloman wide open. Steps out of bounds. Just turn upfield, my guy. Last play should have been a touchdown, but gives us an opportunity to maybe pad some Rashad Grimes stats. He gets touchdown run number 2 on the day. And we're up quickly to 14-0 lead here. Second down. It's a give on the delay. That's a nicely designed play. Alexander Madison gets the first. Didn't know he had red tips on his hair. Another 3rd and short situation for Green Bay. This time they'll pass out of it. Polite has time and throws it away. Can't find a man. Defense comes up clutch on 3rd and short again. Russell Lovelock playing fullback this game is quite funny. We'll fake it to him here. And go to Dan Steinbach, who fumbles the ball after he got the first down. Rashad Grimes right there to make the tackle on Quay Walker, but Dan Steinbach gives the Packers some life when we had really been dominating at the start of this game. 2nd and 10. Getting a free release, but that was a beautiful counter to the blitz. Alexander Madison will pick up the first. Gain of 15. In the red zone now for 1st and 10. Polite evading once again. He has too much time. And John Atkinson, dude, he's sitting there. Like, how long is he sitting there? Let's just see. How long is Darius Slayton sitting there? Okay, cool. He's sitting there. Start to come up. Why do they just sit back there? It makes no sense. Rolling out here. Trying to find a guy on the end zone. Nathan Holloman's got it. 16 yards downfield. Let's go. Last play of the first coming up. Pistol formation. Give to Grimes. He's got space. And can't make anybody miss, but he does get 13 yards. Just end off the first quarter. From the 37, Brooklyn will start the second quarter through the air. Going deep to Deacon Burgess. He had plenty of space. Beat the Andrew Booth press easily. No safety help. You're liable to get burned. And that's exactly what happened. 3rd down. 6 yards out. Bulls looking to be aggressive here, bringing some blitz, and that's picked off by Danny Goodrich, and he will house this one. What a play, jumping the ball. He knew what the play call was. The throw would be coming out short. Played aggressive off of it. Got himself a pick 6. Danny Goodrich is as good as it gets in this league right now in terms of how he's playing corner. 2nd down now for Green Bay. And Sidney Watkins almost gets to Polite, but he's got time instead to get downfield. Nice poise under pressure there. Underneath. On this play, we'll pick up the 1st down after the play action. Over the middle, they've got Bob Harris, who's trucking past the whole team. Getting himself another 1st down, and the right tackle down with injury. He's been shutting out Caleb Richardson so far this game. We're going to attack their new guy, and that's picked off by Farrow. The dime backer comes up and makes a beautiful play on the ball. 2nd straight interception for this defense. And nice blocking by the receivers. Trying to sift through the traffic. Some of that traffic was our receivers. They were kind of just whistling around us, but good run from LeBron. Grimes, a carry here. He gets hit forward, giving him another 1st down. 9 for 59 and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good 1st half for him. Probably going to see a lot of running the football as we already are nursing a 3-touchdown lead. Got a big hit there. Had him leaving his feet, but another 1st down for us. Steinbeck in the backfield here. Going deep to Burgess. And he's caught it. The X Factor activated, and he's got another touchdown. Deacon Burgess, what a beast. And this game has been broken all the way open. Miles with a dot downfield. Burgess can't be covered one-on-one. I don't care who it is. Definitely not by Adrian Amos. Green Bay starts another drive. Polite throwing across his body and across the field, but that is open. Goodrich didn't think he could make the throw, but Polite proved him wrong. 3rd and 1. This time the Packers convert. We got to Bob Harris. Gets in the conversion. 3rd and 8. And Polite has time but can't find a man. The coverage was excellent. Green Bay's going to try for a field goal again. 55 yards. And they hit this one. Not even close. Second missed field goal of this game already. 4 minutes to go in this first half. Over the middle is Burgess, catch and run yardage. Inside the 30 to the 28. 11 of 15 for 225 and 2 touchdowns. Everything's working for this team. To Burgess again. He's got a catch again for another first down. Ladies and gentlemen, we might not even watch the second half of this game. This is an absolute blowout. Lovelock over the middle, falls forward to the 1. Can't quite get it in. Another opportunity for Rashad Grimes to just get another touchdown himself, I suppose, if they'll let me snap the ball. Thank you. Grimes falls forward in the end zone. Thank you, number 34, for finishing off the play for us. And 3 first half rushing touchdowns. It's 42-7. You guys want to see the second half? We'll see. We'll play a little bit longer. 2-minute warning. Just passed. Polite throwing it downfield. That's picked up again by Danny Goodrich. Had 2 interceptions all year. Comes out in week 18. Matches that in the first half. Of course, you got to give Caleb on Richardson some credit there. Sat their backup right tackle on his Tushki, allowing Danny Goodrich to come up and make a play. Tell you what, if we score here, we're done with the game. 49-7 at halftime. Ain't nobody want to see the second half of that game, you know what I'm saying? First time down over. Second down and 10. Oh my gosh, what a throw. What a throw. I mean, they had bracket coverage on Sandback. He's able to outrun the outside guy, which is awesome.
The previous play is
over the middle on the slant to Johnny Lovelock. It's got first down yardage once again. See, even without Ray Coleman, I just feel like the upgraded quarterback, like this offense changed so much just with, you know, I mean, we still do have the upgraded tight end. You have to consider that, but the upgrade from Hamilton, that's Express. Palmer to Miles is really big. Miles faking the give. Going to the end zone. That's going to be picked off. Oh, I thought we could get it over Devondre Campbell. It was a very tight window. Very tight window. Wanted to hit like right there. Just a little bit late with it. Second down. That's picked off again. Danny Goodrich, 3 picks, 2 touchdowns in the second half. Jared Polite has good traits, but his reaction to the pressure in this game has been throw interceptions. I'm all here for it. Like, if this helps Danny Goodrich, I'm here for it. And though it wasn't, you know, the offense scoring the touchdown that I said would end the game, we did end up scoring a touchdown to make it 49-7 prior to the half. I'm sorry if you wanted to watch the rest of this game, but the game's just a lot more fun. A lot less fun. If it was more fun, I'd obviously keep playing it. When there's nothing to play for, we might drop 70 on these fools. We hold back from scoring that final touchdown. Wow, what a performance! We said, wait, we have their first round pick. Let's go make it worse as best we can. The best offensive performance, perhaps in channel history. We just witnessed right here. Everything was clicking. The only mistakes were, you know, a fumble that what am I to do, and then just an over aggressive touchdown. Obviously, my bad, but everything was just working well for us. So I thought I'd try maybe one more thing. Goodness, Rashad Grimes, best career game ever. He's like, oh, you guys are looking at Mike Hendricks, the running back for your first round pick next year? Are you sure about that? He's coming in, broke 3 tackles. Deacon Burgess, 7 for 181 and 2 touchdowns. Johnny Lovelock, 7 for 94. Steinbeck, 4 for 60. Holloman, 461 and a tutty. No sacks allowed. 2 sacks, one by Dennis James, one by Caleb Von Richardson. Of course, you want to see the status of Rakeem McKinney as we enter the playoffs. You hope he's able to go by, whether that be the wild card round or the divisional round. We'll see that soon. Danny Goodrich, 3 picks on the day, 3 deflections as well. Certified lockdown number 1 corner. Now, of course, Jared Polite was my second favorite quarterback from that class. And even despite what we saw, I think the Packers long-term are going to be in good hands. I am glad that, maybe this year at least, they're not quite there because we have their first round pick. But even despite, what was not a great game from him at all, I still think the Packers have a pretty bright future. All of their, pretty much their oldest impact player, except for a couple of offensive linemen who, they end up typically keeping their ratings for longer. Like everyone that's not an offensive lineman that's like an impact player on their offense is like 25 and under. So I think the Packers will be a team that you need to watch out for in the future, but this just wasn't their year. End up 6-11. We'll have to see where that puts our draft pick, but it's gonna be a lot better than where we ended up at 13-4. We are going into the playoffs having won 7 straight. So a team that's about as hot as you can get. Of course, the Raiders own the tiebreaker over us, though. If they win, let's see who they're playing this year. Is it somebody that could maybe threaten to beat them? The Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are pretty good, I feel like, in Madden simulation. So that's not a cakewalk victory for the Raiders. Do they win? They do. Dang it. Really, we won 7 in a row, but the Raiders come out. They go 2-0 as well. Keep us from getting the 1 seed. I mean, after a performance like Week 18, we all know who the 1 seed in the AFC really is. Discuss the potential weak link of your team. I don't think I've ever seen that one, so that'll be fun to do. The Chiefs, obviously a tough team to beat. We have faced them plenty of times in Madden 23 with our San Antonio Express franchise, but this team is on a roll. How far can we continue it through these AFC playoffs? I mean, let's just take a look at the bracket. The teams that we will have to beat. Of course, the Chiefs this time around. The Jaguars are good. The Browns are very tough to beat. The Bengals are good. The Patriots are good. There's just a lot of really good teams in the AFC. I feel like in Madden 23 and in real life this year, it was just a much stronger conference. And so that's why I've kept, the majority of my content, at least in the AFC, just because I like the increased challenge. We're in the playoffs. Couldn't quite get the 1 seed. Fell just short of that goal. But I'm very excited with how this team is playing right now on both sides of the ball. Of course, before this Chiefs game, we will be doing stats and highlights from the regular season. Probably no one-off Wednesday episode, because that episode is going to take me 2 days to make, of like really grinding. Those stats and awards episodes take forever to chop up those highlights. So didn't have one last week because of the Saints stats and awards. Not going to probably have one this week because of the Bulls stats and awards. hopefully we'll be able to start our one-off Wednesday schedule the following week. Thanks for tuning into this episode. Really fun one for me. Hopefully it was for you as well. We'll have that Stats and Awards episode coming out soon, and I will see you then.